Colombia should stick to making cocaine and coffee because trying to make woke politics with Donald Trump is not working for them at all. So that's what we're going to talk about today. A little bit of Colombia and a little bit of Pete Hegseth. We're going to get into it today on the Insanity Report. People, it's Monday, January 27th, 2025, and it's 3:45 p.m. here in Germany. And it is the Insanity Report for today. So yes, on the deportations have started in America, as they should. Any regular, normal thinking, non-woke, non-leftist, critically thinking, common sense country would start deporting a bunch of people that were holed up in their country illegally. And there are people from Colombian descent that had to go back, and they were put on planes to Colombia, right? Sponsored by the state, of course. I mean, they couldn't put their ass on a big boat and just, ship their ass over there. You know what I mean? Or made them walk back, or go on horseback or some shit that would have been cheaper. But no, they sent them on a plane. So they should be happy about that, right? They're treated humanely. It's not like they're being treated inhumanely. But their own country, Colombia, didn't want them back, right? So they were like the Colombian woke president that thinks that he can put his leftist bullshit against Donald Trump, fucked around and found out this weekend and made a big mistake by refusing to let 2 planes full of Colombian illegal immigrants land in Colombia. He said no. And when Donald Trump was out playing a game of golf and he heard about this, he tweeted out that there would be 25% tariffs to start with on every product coming from Colombia and the United States. And if within a week the president didn't reverse course, the tariffs would go up to 50%. No more visas for Colombian nationals. I think even the ambassadors from Colombia were basically sent home. And he said that every cargo, every shipment of anything that comes in the United States is going to be scrutinized more than all the other products because Colombia is forming a threat to the national security of the United States, and they can't have that. By the time Trump got to his 8th golf hole, that's pretty much the end of that shit, right? That was the end of that shit. It was done. The Colombian president was like, well, I must have misspoke. I must have fucked up. I didn't think it was planes coming from you guys. I thought it was planes coming from somewhere else. I didn't know there were Colombians on it, guys. I thought it was people from another country. I mean, shit. You guys should have told me right away it was Colombians coming from America and that Trump sent them. Yeah, well, of course we'll land the planes. Yo, you guys get first class landing service, yo. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Donald Trump is a fucking machine, and he is the bomb. He's the bomb. He really is. I mean, this last week of Donald Trump is more than I thought would ever happen in the whole 4 years of my wildest dreams, right? I was saying before Donald Trump took office, I was like, okay, if he even gets 10% done of what he wants to do, it's going to be a great win for the West, great win for freedom, and great win for America, and I'll be happy. And he's done that 10% already in the first fucking week. It's amazing. I've got my popcorn ready. I'm watching. I'm loving every minute of it. And I'll tell you, the politicians here in Europe hate it. They fucking hate it. And the reason why they hate it is because they don't want to see Donald Trump succeed. They don't want to see America be great. They don't want to see America be righteous, right? They don't want more freedom. They don't want less censorship. They want all of the tyrannical Biden, Kamala Harris, left woke Democrat bullshit. That's what they want. And especially when it comes to illegal immigrants, they're pretty touchy because here in Germany and in Europe, we've got a real big problem with a bunch of illegal Islamists in our countries that the politicians on the Democratic side don't want to do a fucking thing about. They don't want to do nothing, right? And Donald Trump is putting people on planes, rolling them up, getting them out, sending the military to the border and saying enough is fucking enough. We've had it, right? And see, one of the excuses that the German politicians have been using for the last decade to kind of, pull the wool over the German people's eyes is saying, look, guys, the problem with deporting all these people is the countries we deport them to, they're not taking their people back, man. They're saying no. They're saying no, man. They're saying no, man. We're not taking them in like Colombia did. Of course, many of those same countries are getting foreign aid from Germany, right? So we, the taxpayer, are paying those countries foreign aid so that they can turn around when we want to offload the illegal aliens that are here in our country back to their country. They can turn around and shit in our faces and say, fuck you people, we're not taking shit. We're not letting you land them planes. We're not taking those criminals back. Y'all are dumb. Fuck you. And the German politicians go, well, see, guys, we can't do anything, guys. We can't do anything. Yeah, how about selling them? Hey, how about trumping them? How about you trump them and say, look, no more foreign aid, no more fucking visas, no more asylum from your country in Europe or in this country until you start taking these people back, right? Or just fly them on a commercial flight and dump their ass out of the plane when you get there and just leave. We can do that too. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell the airline that you're flying a bunch of illegal aliens back. You can just book them in, buy tickets for them. And when the plane opens up at the destination, you just open the door and you shove them right out. And then you go, that's it. They're here. They're fucking here. You know what I mean? They're out of America. They're out of Germany. They're out of Europe, wherever. They can do all kinds of stuff. They just don't want to do it. Right? So when Trump gets it done, they fucking hate it. But I love it. And so does America. You know what I'm saying? So does America. It's fucking glorious. It's hilarious. What is, however, not so glorious and hilarious is that Pete Hegseth did get confirmed, but by the skin of his teeth. Hang on a second. Did not all the Republicans get the fucking message here on the election? I guess not. Because apparently J.D. Vance had to come to a tiebreaker, right? And if all the Republicans would have voted for it, I mean, no Democrats voted for him. If all the Republicans would have voted for him, I believe that would have been a majority on its own, right? There wouldn't have had to be a J.D. Vance tiebreaker. So how is it even close? Oh, well, it's close because there's still Republicans. There's still Republicans that are making decisions that are not benefiting their voter base. Their voter base has said, we want Trump's policies. We want Trump's people. And if you guys don't get on board, you're done. Okay? Now, some of these Republicans may not be running for re-election, so there'll be no way to punish them. But let me tell you, up this week is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, and it is imperative that they both make it in, right? They need to be sworn in, they need to be approved, and all the Republicans better fucking get on board, right? If any Republicans get in the way, they can kiss their political career goodbye. I would recommend, because the Pete Hegseth thing was so close, I would recommend that everybody that sees this video write their congressman an email right now, while there's still time, and you tell him, I will vote for a Democrat if you don't fucking confirm RFK and Tulsi Gabbard. Right? You can threaten them right now. Because right now is the time that these politicians have listened to the people more than ever before. Because they know that the Trump administration is listening to the people. So they know where the political wind is blowing to. They know that they can't really get away with voting against Tulsi Gabbard or RFK. And they can't really get away with voting against Pete Hegseth. But okay, he's in, so right now, the people might let them slide. Or they're just not running for re-election, so they don't care, right? But if they are, if they plan to have a political career, I suggest that everybody out there warn them ahead of time and say, guys, if you don't vote the right way on these people, you are finished, right? You're finished. I mean, Mitch McConnell, he could be easily swayed because I'm sure if the DOJ does an investigation into him and his wife's Chinese business, right? I'm sure they're going to find something they'll be able to prosecute old Mitch with. So you just tell Mitch, hey, Mitch, you're going to vote our way, right? Yes, strong-arm them. Yes, mafia them. Yes. Because that's the way this political game has been played when it comes from the left to the right. That's the way this political game has been played all along. And now, yes, we need the system to change. Absolutely. No more lobbying. No more fucking, trading stocks as a congressperson. All that shit. The whole system needs an overhaul, absolutely. But right now, it's still the old system. And that's the way the old system was played. You fucking just cower people into doing what you say. And that's how it should work. Now the shoe's on the other foot. And now Mitch McConnell has been skating by all these decades. His old ass has been in politics forever, right? Now he can skate. He's been skating by because nobody's asked him any tough questions. Nobody's investigated him. But now he's got a job to do for the American people. And he better fucking do it. So even if he's not running for re-election, there's a way to get Mitch McConnell over the hump here, right? Because again, he's married to a Chinese woman. That woman has a Chinese business in America with her father, who's also Chinese. And you're not going to tell me that there's nothing there, right? There's nothing there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe there's nothing. Maybe Mitch McConnell is clean as a whistle. But I think you can get Mitch McConnell to vote your way if you just tell him, Mitch, if you don't want any investigations in your old age, if you don't want to spend your 90th birthday in prison or something, you know what I'm saying? Or have your wife go to prison or some shit like that, because we're going to investigate you, you know what I mean? You better vote our way. Vote our way? Maybe we don't need to investigate, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the way to go with people like Mitch McConnell, because that's probably how he's been doing people his whole political career. So, he's been getting away with it. Now it's time to turn the fucking tables on that bastard, because he's the biggest rhino out there, right? Mitch McConnell is a piece of shit. So, I don't know what's going on here, right? I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad Hegseth got in, but I want Kash Patel in there more than I want anybody. Kash Patel is my man. Now, Kennedy's very important. Tulsi Gabbard's very important. But for my personal emotional gratification, Kash Patel is it for me. All these people got to be confirmed, yo. And there can't be any Republicans fucking sitting on the fence or not voting or abstaining or, you know, not voting no because they blah, blah, blah. No. The time to skate away from your duties to represent the American people and the will of the American people is over. They should have got the memo the moment Trump got elected. They should have seen, okay, playtime's over. We're done fucking, you know, what's it called? Having our cake and eating it too. It's over. I know it's going to take a bit for these guys to get used to it. I get it. And they're going to try. They're going to put in their little ass struggles, which may have been the Pete Hegseth thing. They may have, you know, tried to struggle with Pete Hegseth and they might get whipped into line, you know. But, hey, it's serious. It's game time, people. It's game time. It's Make America Great Again game time. And these rhino squishy Republicans better get the fuck on board. And I'm telling you, my wish is that all of the Americans that are now politically engaged and politically active because of Donald Trump being in office, you know, it's your job to help Donald Trump attain his goals, right? And the way you can do that is by pre-warning your senator from your state and saying, hey, don't fuck this up. This is make or break you day. If you vote against, and again, the voting record is public, you'll be able to see who voted against. It's not a secret. They can't keep it a secret. Everybody's going to know who voted against RFK and Tulsi Gabbard, just like they know who voted against Pete Hegseth. I would say it's time for a warning from the citizens. You can tweet at them. You can email them. You can even call their offices. You can send them a fax. You can send them a letter, although a letter is going to take too long. I would start tweeting and emailing and calling the offices of your senators and telling them, okay, no fucking around, right? And I would especially take a look at people like Ted Cruz, you know what I mean? Because Ted Cruz, in my opinion, even though I got a funny podcast and he says all the right things, when it comes time to doing things, Ted Cruz has not always been on the right side here. As a matter of fact, he's more squishy than he is serious, and I don't like that. So it bothers me. So I want people to keep an eye on him, because he's constantly back in office. So I think he should be delivering more. But look at who voted against Hegseth, at least. and email, tweet, write, call those people and say, don't you fucking vote no again. If you do, we'll put a Democrat in office in your place just to punish him. Now, whether you do that or not depends kind of on who the Democrat is at the time. Definitely don't put him in the presidency anymore. But in some state, another Democrat, who cares? They're going to be put in line anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be kept in line and do reasonable politics, because that's what the Trump administration is going to want and demand from them. So even in 2 years, it's not going to be a Democrat takeover, even if you put a Democrat as a senator in your state. But if you have to do it to punish your Republican senator who didn't go along with the Trump agenda, then you should do it. I know it's tough, but it's time that the voters and the people take the scepter in their own hands and start cattle prodding these people into line. Right? That's what it is. People, if you want to get all of the content I make, which includes articles that I write, your number one place and the best place to go to subscribe to my content is going to be Substack. If you're watching this on Substack, the links are below. You can see them down there. You can do it for free. You can do it for $5 a month. Either one is fine. Of course, I would appreciate the $5 a month greatly, but either one is fine. You'll get all my content delivered directly to your inbox. And then you don't have to wait for it. You don't have to wait for a notification that may not come. You won't miss videos because they're banned from certain platforms, and you won't miss any articles. So that's the way to go. If you're watching this somewhere else, go ahead and follow me there. But go to it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. That's it'sallaboutlogic, all one word, .substack.com. Subscribe there so that you get all my content in one place. People, have a great day. This is going to be another awesome week of Trump time. I guarantee it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on the Insanity Report.